And if you're anti-Catholic, you're anti-religion, you're anti-God. I got a problem with that.
All right, that was just one of the thousands of demonstrators who happened to be, he was a Jewish rabbi, protesting outside of the Los Angeles Dodgers Stadium Friday night, when they hosted their annual Pride Night event. So why were they there? Thousands of people. Well, the Dodgers honored this group, the controversial drag group called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I mean, you see there, they're honoring them, but the stadium was empty because people were outraged. Do we have video? Guys, we can pull it up that we used in the tease video where we show this group. Can you guys show that video first? Let's get to it so people can really understand why there is so much outrage. So these guys, they dress up as nuns. Could you imagine if this was going on and they were criticizing Mohammed, if they were criticizing Jews? Do you have the video that we showed in the tease? There you have it. Look at this. This is the reason we want to show this video, as disturbing as it is, so people can understand the outrage and just how offensive. And also, to put it in perspective, Friday, that was also the feast of the Immaculate Heart of Jesus. So it's a special day where we honor Jesus. And this is what they chose to do, the LA Dodgers. The Major League Baseball should also I'm just disgusted with all of it. Joining me now is the host of the Teresa Lusk Show and Christian counselor, Teresa Lusk. And back with us is our special guest, business and political analyst, John Burnett. He's also a political commentator. Teresa, I'll start off with you first. What do you think about the fact that the stadium was empty? Will they learn their lesson, the MLB?
I sure hope so, and I hope that the American community will rise and begin to really let their voices be heard by not showing up to events such as these, and by really saying no more. You're not going to have money. You're not going to have my time. You're not going to have my attendance and my family. It's time for Americans to be outraged. This is unacceptable to another level. You took something that's very sacred to the faith community. You took the center of Christianity and they mocked it at the highest level of perversity. And that is unacceptable. We have to begin to stand up for something by saying, no, thank you. And I pray that this trend continues throughout.
And you know what? We are seeing a trend of people waking up to the woke. John, a new Gallup poll finding that nearly 70% of Americans say that trans athletes should only be allowed to compete on sports teams where it's their actual birth gender. You can't be changing your gender. They don't want guys with girls. So 70%. What do you think about this? It looks like Americans are finally coming together on at least this specific issue.
Why? Because it's common sense. Right? Whether you talk about sports as well as the church, sacred things. And it goes way beyond culture, it goes way beyond, sexual orientation. Why would you go that far? If you're trying to build allies, why would you go that far to make a mockery out of the church? Something that people put their faith in. So it goes way beyond who you want to sleep with, who you want to marry. This is an outright attack against the church, against our school system, against our politics, against everything in America. They're trying to undo it, turn it upside down for whatever. We don't even know what their end game is. Why? Because they keep upping the ante.
And Teresa, why do Christians always seem to be the target? They knew better than to make fun of people Muslim, to make fun of Jews, to make fun of Hindus, but they had no problem ridiculing Christians.
I just think that they know that we are the ones who are probably going to stand up and stand up and be the loudest about how unacceptable it is. And they're trying to prove their point, that they try to accuse the Christians, the Catholics, that we're hateful, we're bigots. But the truth is that they're taking that's sacred and they're laying it out and saying, hey, look, let's normalize this. This is normal. We can all still live how we want. And if I can continue to prove that you are hateful because you don't accept my lifestyle, because it's not okay, and because you say it's not okay, they can try to prove their point that we don't love people and accept people. There is a difference. You know, Jesus said, yes, welcome to all, but he didn't say, let's stay in this lifestyle. And there's the difference.
True. And you know what? It's been blasphemy since the start. Why? Because they're taking what God's rainbow, right, as their flag colors. And we all know why the rainbow was instituted by God. So it's like a thumbs up to the creator, right, in terms of using the flag for their own pride purposes. So it's been blasphemy since the very start. But yet they want to actually accelerate things and go after our children to educate them with pornographic style books and things of that nature. So where does it end? We have to stand up, push back, and say, you know what? We respect your rights. You need to respect ours.
Amen. Teresa Lusk, John Burnett, thank you both so much. All right, that's going to do it for us in this week's edition of Sunday Agenda. I'll be back next week, noon Eastern. I'm Lydia Serrani. And before we go, it is a happy Father's Day, so I wanted to show some pictures here. That is my husband, Victor, my beautiful daughter, Julia. And then I also want to honor my father. His name is Kola, and that is my daughter, Julia, when she was younger. Two of the best dads I know. Oh, it's so blessed to have such good people in your life. And that's what really matters. Faith, family, and friends, and trust. And remember that God is with you in all ways, always. Have a blessed Sunday.